Imagine bringing the resources of the office directly to your field force, combining the power of push-to-talk with the intelligence of a smartphone. Introducing AT&T Enhanced Push-to-Talk. Instant voice communications and business applications available on a single device. Now, talk meets action with integrated dispatch.
Attention all drivers, winter storm warning. Please stand by for road
A
closure
single
exit.
solution connecting dispatch to the workforce with real-time location information.
Chris, the pass is closed. Take the southern route.
Copy that. On my way.
With the performance and simplicity you can only get from AT&T.
Mike, the I-beams just arrived. Check your phone.
I'm updating the schedule. Copy that.
Simplifying management, increasing control, making field workers more productive than ever. Administrators use a web-based console to quickly create contact lists, define call groups, and remotely update devices. And because AT&T Enhanced Push-to-Talk uses the power of the AT&T network, you can communicate with more devices and a larger group size than any other provider. Enhanced Push-to-Talk integrated dispatch helps you do more, better.
Okay, my client, they're gonna need 2 cars. Base, we have a new request for 2 limos. Client is just landing.
We have 2 cars 5 minutes away.
Connecting the work to the workforce, giving dispatchers access to real-time location information and instant communication with the field from their PC.
Base to Tom and Alex, immediate airport pickup.
Copy that. Roger that. En route.
Delivering critical logistics and fast response. It integrates with land mobile radio and is the only push-to-talk service that runs over Wi-Fi.
Team, the VIPs have arrived.
Roger that. I'll call the bellhop.
The suites are ready.
Taking reach and coverage to new levels. Helping you quickly connect to the people and information you need when you need it. A new generation of instant communication. AT&T Enhanced Push-to-Talk.
This is Tom. He has a small home service business and a small fleet of about a dozen vehicles. But a small business and a small fleet still offer some big challenges. While Tom can only be in one place at a time, his vehicles and business can be in lots of places. On top of that, Tom still has to worry about and manage the hard cost of things like fuel and repair, worry about the liability of unsafe driving or unauthorized use of his vehicles, and deal with the reputation of his service when his employees sit idle too long, taking longer than scheduled breaks. Tom knew that he could not manage what he did not measure, but he had no way to measure what he couldn't see. Fortunately, Tom found VehiclePath and this experienced authorized distributor who could help him with his fleet tracking needs. With a click of a button, Tom not only learns where his vehicles are, but instantly knows what they are doing. Tom learned that this process has become very affordable because the satellites now communicate with the vehicle and use a much lower cost cellular network that relays all of the information to the data center and sends it on to him instantly. Tom is controlling fuel and maintenance cost with instant alerts for speeding and excessive idling and inefficient routes. He is increasing his customer service by monitoring routes and being alerted to unforeseen delays, and resolving disputes quickly by knowing exactly when the workers arrived and departed. And he is reducing his business risk and liability with not only excessive speed alerts, but also discovering if his vehicles are being used for moonlighting or traveling outside of the service area. Tom discovered that he was right in line with a recent leading research firm report that said the average business that had successfully leveraged location data are driving up utilization rates and slashing operating cost. According to the report, thanks to fleet tracking, the average fleet utilization went up 32%, workforce utilization went up 25%, daily mileage went down 31%, and with it, the cost of operating a fuel fell 22%. This allows Tom to provide the most competitive pricing for his services, helping him win even more business. Tom was delighted to find that he had live, web-based mapping, real-time tracking, as well as 6-month history. On each of his vehicles, Tom could instantly be aware if they were moving or idle, whether the ignition was on or off, and the vehicle's speed, direction, and distance. The depth of the historical reports gave Tom timely insight into more areas of his business than ever before. And Tom was seeing all of this on his computer, smartphone, and tablet. He quickly moved beyond his fleet and began tracking his trailers, equipment, and other non-powered assets. Thanks to VehiclePath, Tom's small fleet could do a much bigger business. To learn more about how this can work for you, give us a call or contact us through our website.
First responders are on the front line of our safety and security. Lives depend on their ability to communicate. FirstNet is developing a wireless network just for them, to modernize their communications and keep them connected every day and during every emergency. FirstNet was born out of the 9/11 Commission recommendation to enhance communications used by fire, police, and EMS. This united the public safety community, which pushed for their own communications network. As a result of their advocacy, Congress created FirstNet as the focal point for the first nationwide public safety broadband network. The network will put advanced technologies, applications, and devices into the hands of first responders to help them save lives and protect communities.
FirstNet represents a way for us to exchange information in a way and a speed and with a reliability that we've never even had available to us before.
With a system that's being proposed like FirstNet, that's going to be huge in our ability to get that data back and forth without having to worry about the public's need for data exchange as well.
So we're looking forward to the day when public safety is able to do the work really unthrottled, no matter where we are on the network.
We've got to make sure that when that police officer, that first responder needs information, no matter where it is in your location, it's got to be available, and it's got to be available right then. That's why FirstNet is so important.
We're excited about FirstNet because of the dedicated public safety spectrum that's going to be available to us in the event that something catastrophic happens.
FirstNet is led by a board of directors that understands and represents public safety and has expertise in technology and mobile networks. To design the network, FirstNet is taking a for public safety, by public safety approach, so that it provides responders with the coverage, capacity, security, interoperability, and quality of service they need to communicate and share information. Also, FirstNet is harnessing the power of the private sector to build and operate the network. This business model will deliver technology and innovation over the network for years to come, with no additional funding needed for deployment and operation.
If you think about what FirstNet is, it's the first project of this magnitude and of this capability nationwide for our country. So this is a very important infrastructure project for public safety. I think people were insightful enough to see that this needed to be a public-private partnership because you needed to bring technology and innovation that is inherent in the private sector, along with getting the needs of public safety built into that planning.
We have a paramedic, police officer, and fire chief sitting on the board of directors. Here is a place where you can reach out and touch people that understand your industry, care about your industry, and we're building the network for you.
We are going to be advocates and pushing innovation and technology for years to come on behalf of public safety so that they get the best advantages of technology as it evolves. That's what FirstNet's goal and objectives are, is to be able to get the tools and the technology to the people, even in the most remote areas.
Success is delivering to public safety the capability they need to save lives, theirs and the public.
I think for firefighters, FirstNet has a unique ability to try to solve one of the most important challenges in communications for first responders and firefighters specifically, which is solving the Z-axis problem. Having the ability in high-rise buildings or even in smaller commercial buildings to understand what floor of a structure is a firefighter on. This is absolutely critical when you're trying to rescue a downed firefighter. It's also critical as you're searching for occupants of a home or a building. Having the ability to understand not just where somebody is from an X and Y axis perspective, a GPS coordinate, but also understanding from an elevation standpoint where they are is a life-saving tool that firefighters have been asking for. It's something that we're working very closely with our PSCR partners out in Boulder, as well as really working with industry to try to make sure that this important critical need for firefighters is solved. Another unique instance, I think, for firefighters is having the ability to send data that could be life-saving for the firefighters themselves. Today, firefighters use air packs so that they can breathe inside of a difficult environment. Having the understanding and up to the minute or up to the second information on exactly how much air they have left, on their key vital signs. Firefighters are under tremendous stress when they're in a hot building and putting out a fire for an extended period of time, and having the ability to have key things like heart rate or looking for arrhythmias or things like that that could occur under this intense stress is something where I think the Internet of Things really could be a huge difference for firefighters in their well-being in their job every day.